So this is my Week in the Life album that some people have been asking to view. Ali Edwards does a Week in the Life class where basically you just take photos of your day every day for a week, just to see what your life is like in a given period of time. In the past I've done this as an insert in my Project Life album because I do Project Life. But this year I decided to do it in an album on its own, like she does, because of the peculiar times that we're in, right in the middle of this COVID pandemic. So I found an old album from Studio Calico that I had that was empty, and I decided to make a lot of my own pages this year. So I have quite a few digital stamps and I have Photoshop elements. And I'd recently taken Ali's class Hybrid 2, where she talks about how to make your own things. So a lot of things you'll see in here, embellishments, cards, dividers, I have actually made myself. So on the left hand side here, she did a pocket for a little traveller's notebook that she put sheets in that she got each member of her family to fill in. Well, I decided to do mine differently, so I made a little book and I photocopied the pages from my COVID diary. Since March the 13th I had been writing up a daily diary because the times were so unusual. And so I decided to photocopy the extracts for the week and put them in there. So that was my little notebook in the front. So here we have the title page. Made this myself using pattern paper and a digital stamp that was quite large. So I always, when I make a page, in Photoshop Elements, I put in the dimensions that I want, I put the digital stamps on that I want, and then I run it through the printer in normal paper, and then when I'm sure I'm happy with it, I cut a piece of pattern paper to A4, place it in the printer, and then run it through. These embellishments on here, I've made some of these, this one and this one, I made myself using digital stamps. Printed them out on paper, stuck the paper onto card, and then ran them through my die cutting machine so that they look like chipboard. So that's another little thing that I've done there. So this is the reason why she gave this card to the group so that you could write down why you're doing this. I've just made a general why am I doing this about what's happening at the moment. And she also gave this print, which I thought it was quite relevant. It's totally okay to have no idea what's next, because at the moment none of us know what's next. So here we have, she usually has acetate dividers, and so I made these dividers with some digital stamps in Photoshop and then ran them through my printer using Crafter's Companion printable acetate and then cut them out. So you'll see each one has a different day stamp put on it. This was another stamp, and also we have a couple of embellishments on there. She tends to put the same embellishments on each title page, so you'll see that I've done that too. Just started with a picture of on the left, a couple of pictures on the left hand side of where we are. This again, a large photo that I took of the flowers, and then just some digital journaling that I put onto the photo before I printed it out on A4 printer paper with my printer. Here's a little series of photos of Sergio and how he buries himself under his blanket every morning on the bed when he's lifted up. And then each day I did a half page of journaling for the day, what sort of things had happened in the day. Tried to get a theme going on with colour for each day. Blue and yellow was my Monday colours. There's a photo that I printed off in black and white on normal paper. And then these are cards that I made myself for a little kit using digital stamps, having taken the class. Yeah, daily stuff, what's going on, washing your hands, keeping in touch using the FaceTime, and different things of news coming in on my phone all the time, view to outside, sort of things we're getting up to, a little story about Sergio's last time routine. And then this was interesting, she suggested you put in a few snippets of things from everyday life. So I just throughout the week collected things on that day that normally would have gone into the recycling and put them in here just to give a snapshot, tell the story of the day in everyday items. Sometimes I had things that fitted on the back, sometimes I didn't, and you'll see that. So that's Monday.